Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at another interview for the Collective Social Network Live. I'm here with Craig Cayetano, who's running for Hawthorne Council. He's running for the Township of Hawthorne. Craig, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Craig, we were just talking, trying to get to look at your race. Hawthorne is a town of like a little under 40,000. And
Actually,
you
a little under 19,000 now. We just had the latest census results come out.
excuse me, just under 19,000. It's in northern New Jersey. This is, you're an established organizer in the area. You're running as a Green Party candidate a second time. Really want to hear about your vision for Hawthorne and also your message to people why they should be running locally as a third party.
Oh, I appreciate that. And yeah, it's great to be here. And obviously, there's a long path to this. I've been a long time activist and organizer, and always was an environmental person, even back in the day in high school. And, I think you end up getting attached to certain causes and campaigns. So my first dip into volunteering was for Ralph Nader's presidential race back in 2000. And then, I kind of went into the, helping certain like local candidates and stuff, but, came back around again in 2015 for Bernie Sanders presidential race. And we were organizing. And obviously when that was going to move on, we decided to, a lot of us, to basically put our energy and efforts into trying to mobilize and build the Green Party. And I had always known about the Green Party and supportive, obviously, of their efforts too. But I think we really needed to push for an alternative option. So, stepping in there, getting, to know everybody and, seeing how the Greens have been moving and moving forward for the past, since 2016, from my personal experience. And I decided personally to get involved with the state party. Ended up having the leadership position as a national delegate for a few years, and then I was elected to state co-chair. And I'm proud to say that from 2017, we went from a little under 3,000 registered Greens to almost 12,000 now. And it's really just trying to break through. And every state's dynamics and politics and everything is different, but I definitely implore everybody to start considering supporting alternatives. I decided to run for council because I had joined my town's green team, and that's an offshoot of our environmental commission. And there's certain things you can do in, being a volunteer locally, but there's more things and that can only be accomplished as if you're actually an elected official. So stepping up and running for council then can put the path a lot of stuff that I propose, and the platform I put out there is something that's approachable by anybody. You know, they try to always ask you, "Oh, where's the Green Party fall?" I think we're the People's Party, and we really take on issues that people support. It's mainly environmentalism, but running for town council, you're taking certain things from the Green Party that not everybody always thinks about. It's more about decentralization. It's more about community-based economics. It's more about trying to, work on a grassroots level. And I think everybody can have more impact that way and running as an independent or a green. In New Jersey, the way our politics is set up, there are only two major parties, and then any other party that's kind of recognized is basically still categorized or lumped in as independent. And us Greens, we've been running great campaigns the last few years locally. We had a great gubernatorial race in 2017, which spun into great congressional races in 2018, and then obviously it keeps building momentum. So when I ran in 2019, it was for a ward race in my town, and honestly, the reason why I would run green and independent is because the Democratic Party here wasn't organized. Right now, even currently, they only have one elected town councilman out of the four wards and the three at-large seats. The mayor is Republican. So the town has tilted, and the dynamics have always been tilted towards Republican here. And what most people don't realize is in certain like parts of New Jersey, you might see the gubernatorial, a lot of the assembly, a lot of the counties might be Democratic controlled in cities, but locally, a lot of the local municipalities are still Republican controlled. And I hate to say it, but in local politics, a lot of people don't run on issues. They run on their name. They run on that they have kids in the school. They run on that they're a coach. They're running on other, I hate to say it, kind of like it's the old like power structure. It's like, well, their uncle was this councilman or mayor. So I think if people realized how important local politics is and what influence you can bring in terms of direct change, I think you'd see more people like us that might be viewed as progressive run. And honestly, you can win. It's not that hard. I think it just takes a little bit of effort and a little time. But if there's issues that matter to you most and you can't get them accomplished through committee or going to your council meetings, there's no harm in stepping up and running.
Thank you, Craig. Forgive me for looking over at your website, CayetanoForCouncil.com. I see you're endorsed by local activists, other progressive candidates, and some local Sunrise Movement of Montclair group. Chris Hedges supports the Green Party efforts in New Jersey. Definitely seems like there's a vacuum being filled here by your efforts. Is there anything you want to say to people watching? How can they get involved, and what's most important right now for them to help you and the rest of the Green Party succeed in New Jersey?
So overall, it's a top-down and bottom-up approach. I always say with the Green Party, and anybody can be the Green Party. There's a lot of people that are, kind of upset again at this last electoral cycle, and they feel that we do need some change. And I think the efforts with the Greens have been really fruitful, and especially here in New Jersey, they've been paying off, and we've been seeing it. You have a lot of activists out there we're allies with. We show up. We attend a lot of actions. It's a mix of being the activist that actually goes to the actions, also running for electoral politics, and there's also supporting policies that need to get passed in our state legislature. So there's all these different arms that are out there. For me, locally, it's really about getting engaged. My town has taken off and loved my approach to things because I'm basically just talking to them as a regular everyday person. And I had a lot of supporters in my ward race that were from Republicans, Democratic Party, and of course, alternatives or unaffiliated voters. So I talk to everybody, and it's all about just getting involved and getting out there. And you really do have to do the typical door knocking, and just obviously playing it safe, having a mask handy if people want you to and respect their wishes. But yeah, a lot of people have been very open and kind and listening. And I've attended council meetings for the last few years. So I've stood up and wrote about a lot of major issues. And I think the momentum's there. It's about breaking through. And because this year it's different, it's not just me, it's a ward race. It's three council seats up. And a lot of people are tired of the incumbents. And even one of the incumbents wrote that he didn't even want to run, but because there was a power vacuum, because the old mayoral candidate didn't want to run again, that he had to run. So I think they were nervous and scared and worried about our campaign efforts for the ward race, that they knew that they would have to take things a little more serious. And even the Democrats in town are starting to organize a little more serious and take things a little better this time. So us being in the conversation, you have to look at it as measured victories. You're bringing attention to things, you're getting publicity, you're actually making everybody else be more accountable as candidates. You're not just running on your name. They actually have to go out. They have to go door to door. They have to stand for something now. And I think that's what we're missing. And hopefully this is going to turn into a victory while we try to snatch one of the three at large council seats. Basically, we've been all over social media for years. I'm all about social media and a lot of the work I do. So there's the Facebook page, Cayetano for Council, the Instagram, Cayetano for Council, Twitter, we're Green for Hawthorne. And, the website has a lot of stuff. I've tried to cull all the articles and other things that are going on. But it's not just about running for council. It's also about bringing awareness to issues in town that some people don't really see, and I hate to say it, it's not fun always running for office, and it's definitely not fun being a councilman, but there's stuff that needs to get accomplished in my town, and I think that we can win together, and it's going to end up benefiting everybody in the long haul.
Well, I see that your issues are definitely very forward thinking, your policies, and I definitely feel Hawthorne would be definitely helped by your efforts. Before we close, is there any closing message you'd like to send to labor groups, to community organizing groups, to housing groups, to people that usually do this kind of get out the vote operation, but it seems like are kind of left in the wind since they've been largely ignored by their federal government. And in a township like that, I don't see how the state parties are necessarily pining for their attention. What would you like to say to them?
So, in a lot of key areas, I'm a union supporter. I was out when we were fighting for $15 minimum wage back in 2015, 2016, and we need $23 an hour minimum wage. Nothing's changed. I think there's still the people out there, but we just got to keep drawing attention on the issues. Even recently, the Green Party of New Jersey was out protesting in support of the in solidarity the Amazon workers in Alabama that were trying to unionize. So we're always out there and involved. We were involved in Newark Water Coalition a few years back when they were bringing attention to lead in their water. Our gubernatorial candidate in 2017 was there doing that. So we still support all these efforts throughout New Jersey and obviously, in the whole country going on right now. But yeah, definitely check out the Green Party of New Jersey. We're there. We're definitely in the streets. We definitely want to, support other candidates. I've got great gubernatorial candidate Madeline Hoffman running this year, and her lieutenant governor is Heather Warburton. I also have a great assembly candidate Dominique Faison running down in Monmouth County, and I also have Barry Bender in Ocean County running for county commissioner. So we are taking our races seriously. We want to obviously bring issues that people don't realize, like ranked choice voting. And a few of us Greens are co-founding members of Voter Choice New Jersey, which is our ranked choice voting organization in this state to try to propel ranked choice voting going forward. So we're going to be there, and not everybody always knows about it, but if you ask, we're Greens. So me for town council, please check us out. If you can volunteer an hour or two to go door to door, we've got over 6,000 houses to hit, and the votes we need normally is about 2,500 to win. And I'm hoping that, being the seventh candidate, which kind of is in between, I can work as a wedge. And most of my messaging has been pretty much check me out, check what I stand for, the platform is. And obviously, you can choose me safely and then pick your other two Democrats or your other two Republicans. So choose. But yeah, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done post November 2nd, and we're going to be committed to it, and I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, Craig, here at the Collective Social Network, we're wishing you best of luck and definitely will be checking in before the race. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.